Welcome to the hot seat.
Hey everyone, welcome to Hot Seat, where the questions are hot.
And we're trying our best. Today, we have Carlos on as a guest. Thanks for being here, Carlos.
Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
We're
welcome,
super excited.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
fun.
hot seat.
Thank you.
We're going to make you sweat.
I'm already very nervous.
We're going to make you cry. Maybe. You-
Jackson
tears
always
will-
tries to intimidate our guests. We're not going to make you cry.
Well, it's an intimidating set.
It is. You guys are like above me. I feel like I'm being
Uh-huh.
interrogated with the lights.
It's by design.
Yeah.
By design, friendo.
That's great. That's great.
So the whole goal of this show is to get to know you personally.
Sweet.
A lot of people get to see maybe some of the kind of outward-facing stuff about Carlos, but this is, we're asking questions that people, they're nosy, but they don't feel comfortable to ask you. So we're going to ask you for them, so then they can kind of, man, this is making the audience sound really bad, then they can kind of peer in and watch on the answers. So it's a little voyeuristic, I guess, as I'm saying it.
Yeah.
But that's the
Yes.
premise of the show. So here's where we always start. Tell us about the family you grew up in. Tell us
Okay.
about your mom, your dad, siblings, jobs that they had, where you guys lived.
Yeah,
Just a rundown.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, my story, like I said, my dad was an immigrant from Guatemala. My mom was born in Pennsylvania. They met in Los Angeles. The closest siblings that I have is my older brother and then my sister. We kind of grew up together, and my mom ended up being a single parent. My brother moved up to Oregon for a long time, and then it was really me, my sister, and my mom for most of my childhood
Okay.
until I grew up and all that.
How much older were those siblings than you?
So. Yeah, my sister's like 3 years my senior or older than me, and then my brother, oh man, he's like 14 years older than
Okay.
me.
So he's a ways older.
Ways older
Yeah.
than I am. So yeah, he's the elder statesman of the family.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I had no idea that your dad was an immigrant from Guatemala.
Yeah, I was going to ask, have you ever been to Guatemala?
I have not. So
Okay.
One of my very famous quotes is, "I don't fly and I don't float." So I don't travel very often. So for me, it's one of those things where like I see it really cool in pictures and I live it through other people that travel to Guatemala. But it looks beautiful. I just
Yeah.
don't know if I ever have the desire to go.
Interesting. I'm more interested by the you don't fly, you don't float. What's the
Yeah,
furthest,
what's the origin story?
furthest you've ever been?
Yeah.
How far has this taken you?
Super boring. Super boring. I've driven up to all the way up to Oregon. I've driven out to Colorado. I've been as far south as Mexico, and that's
That's the radius.
that's it.
Have you always been like that from a child that you're like, don't want to fly?
Yeah, totally. I
Yeah.
was forced one time to go on a plane up to visit my brother in Oregon, and yeah, it was the
Worst experience
worst
of your
experience of my life.
Okay.
And so I made a.
That's your only plane ride?
That's it. I
Wow.
was about 14 years old. Yep.
Wild. That's crazy. And boat, just never done the boat.
Well, I've done boat from the port of I think LA out to Catalina.
Okay.
Whatever that thing
Was
is.
that torture
And then
for you?
I was small enough to not really
Okay.
have that anxiety.
Okay.
So, but
So again, these are all like nothing in your adult life.
yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
I will say the concept of flying, every time I'm in a plane, I think we have so much trust in this little plane
Yeah.
that things are just going to be fine and we're just like shooting through the sky. It's
I have
freaky.
so
when you,
much trust, I don't even think about it.
Yeah,
That
I
is-
know.
That
That's
is
a-
awesome.
Good for you.
Good
Carlos
for
and I
you.
say good for you.
Good for you, man.
That's nice. Wish I could relate.
Yeah. Totally.
So does that come with a like, I wish I felt more comfortable so I could go places? Or is it like, I don't even have really that big of an interest to go see other places?
Yeah, my poor wife, God bless her. She is a extrovert. She wants to go everywhere if possible. I am a homebody, so like when people said COVID was the worst for them, that was my like, wait, stay home for 2 weeks? Money. Like I
sign
am
me up.
Sign me
Yeah.
up all day. I love being home. I'm a homebody. I don't need to go places. I'm not a experienced person. So
Yeah.
keep it simple, man.
I love that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, tell us about your family now.
Yes.
Yeah. So me and my wife, we have a big blended family of 6 kiddos, and now we're on grandbaby number 5.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
How long have you and your wife been married?
We've been married 17 years. 2007, 17.
Carry the 4.
Carry 4.
Yeah.
Times the 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been together since 2003, married since 2007. So
That's awesome.
What's your grandpa name? What are your
Oompa.
grandkids?
Such
Yeah,
a
that's a
good
great one.
question.
That's a great one. Absolutely.
Say it again.
Oompa. They call
Oh,
me, they could never say grandpa early on, so they would say Oompa. So now I'm.
I
known
love
as,
that.
And what's your wife's grandma name?
They call her Honey. So my wife would always call me Honey, and then one day our grandson Vincent turned around and he said, "Honey, come look. Honey, come look." And after that, it
Just
was Honey.
stuck.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Honey and Oompa. I think you got the short end of the stick.
I know, right?
Potentially.
I was like, man, that's a really cool one. I should have said something really cool, but I don't know. But
I know it's always tricky. I'm always curious people that pick their own versus let the grandkids. It sounds like you and your wife kind of let the grandkids dictate what they wanted to call you.
Yeah.
It's always fascinating to see, or when people pick their own, what they pick.
Yeah, some people want to get out ahead of it.
Right.
You know,
This
they're
is
like,
what I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of that.
Get
shit.
in line.
Don't you dare call me
Don't you
Oompa.
I
dare
will
call me
not be
any-
Oompa.
I'm setting the boundaries right
That
now.
is it right there.
We're going to start this relationship with a boundary. I will be called
I will
X.
be called this.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, that's
No
so
shade.
fun.
No shade if you're that person.
No, not at all.
Let's talk about, so a lot of what we try to do here is talk about when you're not at work. So when you're not at work, what make up your hobbies? What are you doing?
Yeah, how do you
What
spend your
What
time?
are you filling the time with?
So if people know me, I'm probably going to spend most of my weekends out golfing.
Okay.
A lot. So I spend a lot of time out on the golf course. I'm a big video game guy. I grew up a 90s kid, so video games are my jam. I play MLB The Show, some, Call of Duty, that type of stuff, anything and everything. For me, it's a cool way to connect with my students. Even I play with some of them, Marvel Rivals, stuff like that. So
That's cool.
I love that. And then I love collecting hats. So that's
We
that's
have
thing.
a few things you just said. We have some questions about.
Yeah.
I'm going
True.
to start.
You-
I'm going to
you
start with the
take
one.
a jumping off point.
Well,
Yeah,
this
there's
is
a
one
lot there.
we had not pre-planned, but now that I'm thinking about
Sure.
it, so you play MLB The Show.
I do.
My husband plays that game.
Okay.
What is your team name? Don't you? You know, there's like the part of
Yeah.
the game where you make your own team.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your team name?
I do play online competitively, so I'm the Hesperia. I'm trying to pronounce it right, but it's in the Bible. The Boanerges. It's the Paul. The title is Traveling Preachers. It's talking about Peter and Paul.
Okay.
I don't know the right enunciation of it, but basically, when you look it up, it's Traveling Preachers, or Passionate Preachers or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
So I try to use that as an evangelistic tool as well. And then my Xbox name is Romans 10:9. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe's is Hawaii Hot Wings, so
Nice.
a little different.
Slightly different approach.
He lets me pick every time he
That
gets a new
is
game. I get
correct.
to make the team. So this year, Hawaii Hot Wings.
Hawaii Hot Wings, love it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So a little different,
That's
but
great.
still cool.
I love your knowledge of like baseball and baseball games has really come through a lot in
Yeah.
this podcast.
That's the common thread through all of Hot
Joe
Seat.
has opened up a
Love
lot
it.
for you in this podcast.
I've
here.
changed so much.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
I've learned a lot about MLB The Show and
Yeah.
hear a lot, and I don't really understand how it works.
The whole thing.
But sometimes I sit there and watch them
What's
play.
your best? It's cards, right? That you have on these teams for different players.
Yeah,
What's
you-
your best? What's your best player you got?
Oh man, shoot! Right now I have Dustin May is one of my starting pitchers, so he's pretty nasty on there to face him.
What year?
He is the game I play. This
What's doesn't the baseball card have a year with like their stats that is
Oh yeah,
how
yeah,
good
yeah.
they
So
are?
it's this current year. Yeah.
See, here's
This
the
is a
thing.
good year to have
This is
Dustin
going to
May.
sound
Dustin
really
May.
dumb. I didn't know that baseball cards had like years. So I'd be like, "Don't you already have that player?" He's like, "No, but it's this year. He was so good this season."
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
It's
didn't
the
know.
MVP season.
Right. I
Yeah.
had no idea. So it's like you want not only the player but a certain year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Changes the value of the card.
That's it.
Apparently so. Okay, back to our other questions.
Sure.
Tell us about the hat collecting. How many would you estimate you have?
I stopped counting after about 150. So I
Kudos to you. You went a long way.
I did. I
Yeah.
tried to,
How
but-
long ago was that?
Oh man.
Was the count?
Yeah.
Oh geez, I don't know. I can't even think of that was when I stopped counting, probably a few years ago. So I don't know at this point.
Walk us through the criteria. How do you decide if you're going to buy a hat?
Yeah.
What are the
Well,
qualifications?
the biggest now more recently is price, right?
Sure.
I'm a bargain shopper, so if I see a hat, hey, 25% off, 30% off, I'm there all day. I do my Wednesday afternoons for my lunch at work. I'll take off to the mall because every Wednesday the hat stores will take a set of hats that aren't selling and they'll put them on discount. So I'll kind of walk through there and I'll shuffle.
Will
You're
you
putting
get-
people on game right
I know,
now,
I'm just
Carlos.
saying, yeah. Look,
You're
if
gonna
you're out
start
there,
seeing
you
some
love hats,
people.
just I'll see you at
Is
the
it
mall.
any team? Will you only buy Dodgers hats? Only
Yeah.
baseball? Like,
No,
what's
I'm pretty universal. Like I said,
'Kay.
baseball is my main one where I collect the most. I do have some like football hats, basketball hats. The only teams I will not collect from as a Dodger fan are San Francisco Giants,
Yep.
New York Yankees, or the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
So,
That's a fair list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is fair. I was just thinking, like, I know Angels aren't going to be on the list. It's like when you're like, well, you're my best friend, but I'm not your best friend or whatever. That's how it is. Like, you're our rival, but we don't even come
we're
close.
right? Yeah, no,
We're not concerned.
No.
Anytime you guys do well, it's like, aw, like
good
it's
for
so
you.
good for you.
Good job, buddy.
Good job, you guys.
Good job, buddy.
You know?
Anyway, moving on. Okay, do you have like, will you only do, let's see about my hat knowledge here.
Sure.
Is the hat you're wearing right now is a fitted?
Fitted,
Will you
yes.
only do fitted hats?
So I will do 99% of the time fitted. If it's not fitted, it'll be a Mitchell and Ness. They do a really good job with the snapback.
Okay, a snapback.
Yeah,
but
they do
only that
snapback.
brand.
But typically only that brand.
Okay.
Outside of that, I usually don't do snapbacks.
What
Okay.
size fitted are you?
7.5.
I'm just asking in case
If
we've
you
been
guys
trying to
get
get free
7.5
stuff
If you
from
go
the
on
audience.
Wednesday, get a
you can-
discount hat, 7.5.
I collect all colors, all styles. No,
And you always have a pretty good coordination between the hat and the outfit. Are you like when you have? Is it the color of the hat that chooses the outfit, or is it the color of the outfit that chooses the hat?
It always starts with the hat. When I wake up out of bed, my wall is like covered in hats, and they're stacked by color and coordinated.
I was going to say, what's the organization system? So
my,
color.
My wife has gifted me a whole wall, which is now almost getting crazy. But then I just have different colors, and I'll wake up and just snag one off and say, okay, cool, drop it on the bed, and then now the fit goes.
Now
with
you
it.
got to build the fit
now you
accordingly.
got to put it all together.
Yeah, that is cool. On the hats, I'm also curious. Have you like rotated any out or like gotten rid of any as you bring in new ones?
Yeah, 100%. As you know, they get old and stale and kind of beat up a little bit, especially after like camp or mission trips. So there is a rotation, and then I have to go back and dust them, spray them, clean them with a protectant to keep them pretty fresh. So that's a pretty regular maintenance.
When did you start collecting hats?
I've always been into hats, growing up, but I would say, I don't know, probably, like my whole life I've had hats. I've just never been in a position to really wear them, because every job outside of even coming here to church when I first started on staff, I didn't really wear them because I was kind of afraid, like, can I wear hats? Is it cool? Is it like a vibe thing? And then before that, like I said, they would just kind of stay up on my wall, and I would just wear them on my home time. But basically my whole life I've had a collection of hats.
Yeah, it's just now you can rock them
Now I
every
can
day.
rock them, and I feel cool.
That's actually, it's interesting. A lot of people who come second career to like work at a church, that comes up a lot. Like the fact that church dress code is like, whatever, like there's not really a,
Yeah, for sure.
rigidness there. I remember Reggie making a comment about the shoes. He was like, it's nice to be able to wear Jordans. And I was like, I've never thought about that. That like,
I always wear my Jordans.
I always, yeah. That's
Okay,
super cool.
last hat question. I can see on the hat you're wearing right now, it has the sticker, a little
Right.
baseball sticker. Are those supposed to stay on? You don't take them off?
So I will keep not the I'll keep if they can stay on the sticker, I will leave it on like the MLB logo, or if it has like a really cool, not obviously the price tag ones and things
Right.
like that. But if it does have a cool one, I don't leave some people leave the
one on the
one on the
center.
with the size. I don't do that, but I like the MLB. I think it adds.
because see, what people don't realize is then the sun's hitting your hat and
Yeah.
it's discoloring everything else, but then not that one. So then
Exactly.
once that sticker falls off, your hat's like ruined.
Exactly.
That's a problem for me.
Do you ever have students be like try to take the sticker off?
No, but the one thing they love to do is try to slap the hat off of my head because they want to see my bald head, which is
Oh,
funny.
kids.
Cruel.
Kids, yeah, they're evil.
They're
It's
just jerks.
Junior
It's
hires.
like-
It's like petulant to pick on baldness.
Yes.
Wouldn't you say?
I mean,
Yeah.
I can't imagine anybody that would be like, we're so obsessed with talking about you being bald or seeing your bald head. It's just
It's ridiculous.
who would do that?
Right.
Stupid.
Why?
Anyway, we have a question to skip. Okay,
Sure,
so
sure.
let's talk about golf.
Yeah, that's great.
How you said most of your free time is spent golfing.
Right.
How would you rate yourself as a golfer? I know nothing about golf.
Yes. I would say I'm definitely closer to a 20 plus handicap golfer, but I've gotten better over the last few years. My buddy David over at Hesperia campus was the one who kind of brought me in and kind of coached me a little bit and showed me, about the game a little bit. And I've improved slightly from then till now. It's been a good 3 years of just consistent play. And so I would say I'm a bogey golfer for the most part.
Interpret.
Carlos is really good.
No, I'm.
You heard it here first.
I'd say for your average golf player, Carlos is he's gonna be able to hang. You know? For your average amateur golf player, he's gonna be able to hang with anybody.
Here's my question: do you golf in like the dead heat of summer or the freezing cold of winter? I mean, in the desert, we're not exactly temperate. I mean, it can get pretty extreme on both ends.
Right.
I guess people would make fun of me that lived other places because our cold is not that cold, but still.
Yeah.
It's cold and windy though. It's different.
It is.
Yeah, true.
It is. If David watches this, he's gonna laugh because we golf. It doesn't matter. We'll be out there. My wife bought me like these electronic hand warmers in the winter, so we'll go out there. It'll be bitterly cold, and we'll just golf all day. And then right now we'll try to golf as early as possible. Get out there like at 7 a.m. tee time, and then golf before the blazing hot sun comes in. So.
Nice.
That's commitment right there.
Would you say like generally every weekend you're golfing at least once?
I would say if you averaged it out over the year, definitely. About every weekend. You'll find me out there somewhere.
That's awesome.
What's your course of choice?
You know what? We usually play Ashwood in the Hesperia because we're right in that area. But one of our favorites this season has been really nice course is Apple Valley. Apple Valley is just wide open. There's not as many trees, not as many. So even if you mishit a little bit, if you mishit a little bit, you can go out there and it's nice. It's a nice little course. But we've also been out to like Hellendale. I played that course. The only one up here in the desert that I haven't gotten a chance to is the Spring Valley Lake one.
Yeah,
so
private.
Yeah,
you got to know somebody.
Got to know somebody. So
got to know somebody.
If you know,
hey,
just
get
Carlos
Carlos
there.
in.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He'd love to golf there.
Somebody brings you a hat and a tee time
and
at Spring Valley Lake.
Money.
That's what we're talking about right
Tokens in heaven. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Question about the amount of caffeine you drink in a day. We were talking before.
Yes.
And you were like, I'm a little tired. I haven't had.
I paused it. I was like, wait, this is.
I thought you were pausing me again.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait.
You're like, I haven't had Mountain Dew. I'm tired. So walk us through a typical day of caffeinated beverages, and then we'll talk about how many milligrams you think you are getting.
I typically coffee. I'm not a big coffee guy, and I apologize to my coffee fans out there. If it wakes me up, I don't care what it tastes like. I don't care where it's from. I don't care where it's been brewed or
single
mixed
origin,
or whatever.
Yeah.
I just need it to get my brain firing. So I'll
Folgers, who cares?
Whatever. It could be dumpster coffee, and I'm just like, let's go. And
dumpster
Mikey hates it because the other day I told him I'll warm up like day-old coffee or 2-day-old coffee in the microwave and just bloop and let's go. And he's like, oh man. So he was pretty offended.
Pretentious.
Yeah. So so that 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and that's it for me. I'll have maybe a Coke at lunch with whatever I have for lunch, and then that's usually my caffeine intake for the day, except for Wednesday nights, which I'll have a Mountain Dew at about 5 p.m.
Does Mountain Dew have a lot more caffeine than normal soda?
I would say it has a little bit more. So I think it's like 90 milligrams of caffeine, but it does have the sugar with the caffeine gives you for me, it's about a 4-hour window where I need it money. And then about 9:30, 10 o'clock, as soon as I get home, my wife knows I'm on the down slope of that caffeine rush. And she's gracious enough to make me a meal. And then I hit the pillow and
game over.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard, man. Like when you're a kid going to youth group, you don't realize this is kind of like a stupid time of day to be exerting this kind of energy.
Yeah.
And yet there's all these people here,
all these adults
with
who worked all day,
jobs who worked all day, that are
day.
now coming and getting pie thrown on their face.
Yes.
And I'm like, why aren't you cool with that as a student? And
Why
it's
are you tired?
Why can't I hit your hat off your head?
Yeah,
Jeez.
what's going
Why are
on,
you
man?
grouchy?
Yeah. It's like, no, it's pretty dumb. I tell that whenever I go to a camp, I say, I just want you, when you are 25 and you have a full-time job, I just want you to remember that whoever's in your cabin with you took vacation time to be here. And
that's what blows my mind about our counselors every year. Because I'm like, this is my job, right?
Yeah.
To go to camp. I think about people taking precious vacation days to come be stuck in a yurt.
With sweaty kids.
For us, they're
and
just
bad
coming out of
attitudes.
4th and 5th grade. They're
Yeah.
young.
They
wake you up
heroes.
multiple times a night to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Saints.
There's bears out there. There's never enough food.
Yeah.
I mean, come to camp. It's great, but
also,
it's also torture.
We're impressed with you. We're impressed with you, to say the least.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And kids are crazy in youth ministry. We've already talked about, they're trying to hit your hat off your head. It's like, how'd you get that comfortable with me?
Yes.
Where did this start?
100%.
What's the craziest thing that a kid, now that you've been in youth ministry for a bit, what's the craziest thing a kid said to you?
Oh my gosh, there's probably numerous. The one that comes to mind was I was teaching a message. I was trying to draw an illustration between good and evil, and I used Adolf Hitler as part of the illustration. So we get to the end of the message, and their small group leader of that student comes out and says, "So the question they asked was so Jesus and Hitler were friends?" And I said, "Oh my gosh, absolutely not. What in the world?" So after that I was like,
dude, you zoned out.
That's a
after
kid
the
that was
beginning.
playing Flappy Bird on their phone or
Yeah.
something, and
Totally.
they were half
I
listening.
was mortified, and I said, "Oh my gosh!" That kid went home and just, if they said that to
No,
their parents-
Carlos said it.
Carlos
He said they were
Jesus
friends.
and friends
I'm
were
telling
like-
you, I heard it. Okay.
Yes, and so after that, I said, I'm gonna definitely explain everything in historical context a little bit more than whatever I don't know, whatever happened, but that was
Thousands of years later, there was this guy.
There's no connection,
Yeah.
relation at all. So that was one of the ones where I just was like, oh,
That's hilarious.
darn it.
I'm wondering if they saw Hitler in like ancient Jewish zone in history, or if they saw Jesus in World
In
War
World
II.
War-
I think it's
you
all
know,
the same.
It's just all.
It's just, they just
there's
throw it
no
out. It's
difference.
history. It's
Yeah.
history.
Who
It's like,
cares? No
yeah.
concept.
yeah, it was a junior hire, so to be fair. So
Yeah.
that was
Sometimes I feel like my concept of history is not much better.
It's
it can be hard to place.
They talk about hundreds or thousands of years, and you don't realize.
I'm not
like,
great with numbers
That's
in
longer than
general.
we've been a country.
Exactly.
right.
It's like
I'm always like, when I realize that we've been a country for, I don't know, however long we have. Not a long time.
Somebody throw it out there.
phone a friend.
I don't wanna
Could
say-
somebody-
I don't want to say a number.
Could somebody
Sauter
bail us
says
out?
Somebody just say
250.
it.
250. I knew it was in the low hundreds,
Sauter's-
okay? I knew it was in the
Could you get on
200s for
ChatGPT,
sure.
Sauter,
Let us know.
Sort us out.
Let us know
I
so
knew
that
it
we
was
know.
in the low hundreds, you guys.
History teachers right now are
That's
just
my
burning.
problem.
Their ears are just.
I will tell you, when I was in high school, I took AP US History, and my teacher pulls me out right before the AP test, and he said, "I just want you to know, when you started this class, I thought there was no way you would pass."
Mm.
Now, not the class, the test.
Right.
I was
right.
going to, do my homework. I was going to pass the class. But he said, "I didn't think you were going to pass the test. Now, I think you could."
That is.
I didn't.
awesome.
But
I didn't. But
it was supposed to be to write an
But
essay
he
about a
thought
plate.
you could,
He
and
He thought
that's
I
what
could.
counts.
They showed us pictures of like plates from colonial times, and they were like, "What can you tell us about this time period based on this artifact?"
Julia said it's a plate.
it's
That is a plate.
that
I
is
don't
a
know.
plate.
I'm
They
sure
ate
I-
off of it.
I'm sure I
Oh
tried
my
to
gosh.
spin something up, but it was not convincing, and I didn't.
Length
pass.
of our country.
Or maybe I barely passed.
249. He was
249.
dialed in.
Hey,
Yeah.
so the big B day is
It's coming around.
on the 4th,
On the
right?
4th.
Right?
You've got
Yeah.
that one.
She's
You've got
like,
that one
nailed
dialed
it.
in.
So Carlos will celebrate at camp.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'll celebrate at home. We'll be home from camp by then. It's gonna be great.
That'd be great.
Good.
Big 250.
I knew that
Now
for
you know
sure.
to go big.
I feel like that
Exactly.
can't be right. Why are we not making a bigger deal about it? Why haven't I heard about our 250th
Yeah,
birthday
that's
until
fair.
right now?
I feel like that should come up. One thing that we forgot to ask about golf is, what's your best score that you've ever gotten?
Oh.
Because you I know you.
Yeah.
You're out there. You're counting shots. You're not messing around and out there for funsies.
For sure. When I've played, I think I want to say my best score that I've played at a bigger course, which is like Apple Valley or Hesperia, they're 72, par 72. I think I shot an 81 maybe.
Wow.
So it was a really good day, and 81, 82 was probably 10 shots over.
I
which
would have
for
been
me was-
pumped.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep the scorecards that like, and so in case I ever beat it, I just replace them. And so
Yeah.
And then Ashwood is 65, and I've shot a, was I sub 80? I think I was sub 80. I think it was like 78 or 77. I think.
That's great.
Yeah, which is for there, it was like really cool. It was just
Yeah.
one of those days where just,
How does your score
Oh
line
man,
up?
I would love to break 100.
yeah.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I'd be pumped about breaking 100. How long did it take you to break 100? That's like a big thing in
Yeah,
golf, like
for sure.
getting to the point that you can break 100.
Because I play so often, it took me about a little over a year. Consistently now on those big courses, I'm about 90 to 95 is usually my range.
Okay.
I just played last week or a couple days ago. I shot 93, I think, or 92, which is usually where I'm at.
Yeah.
And then, but my goal is to be sub, like in that 85 to 90 or even sub that.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
What people don't realize about golf who don't play golf like Aaliyah, like you hit that 81 scorecard and you're thinking, dude, if I just keep putting this together, I'm going to go pro. You know, like I don't know why it's that way with golf, but you're like, if I string a couple more shots together and there was a couple dumb errors in that 81.
Exactly.
If I don't do those and I string a couple, I mean, what kind of path are we on here?
Exactly.
So there's just this irrational confidence that we have in golf.
100%. And then you see guys like John Daly and you're like, oh, see, I could do that.
Same
Same
dude.
thing. I mean,
Yeah.
we're like the same type.
Yeah.
So like, I could do it.
What do they say about John Daly? Body built by Taco Bell or something like that. You know?
I don't know who we're talking about.
She's like,
He's a very, very, very casual pro golfer.
I feel like if I golfed, I would be thrilled to have a score around 200.
oh, I mean,
I'd be thrilled for you.
it's like, yeah. But,
I can't imagine.
It would take so long though. That's why I think it's so hard to get into golf, because if you take somebody out who's never golfed before, it's like literally we're gonna have to either skip holes or you're gonna have to skip shots, because everybody else is moving at about a 4-hour pace to get done with this round, and you're moving at like a 7-hour pace.
The idea
That's
of
just
doing
not gonna work.
anything like that for 4 hours, I can't. Why?
Be
I
careful.
don't.
You're talking about Carlos's
no,
ideal
it's okay.
day.
I totally get
No,
it.
I think that Carlos and I can agree to disagree. But here's what I do want to know.
Yeah.
What is your guys' golf snacks?
Oh,
I have to
nice.
imagine you're having snacks out there.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
So tell me about golf
It's
snacks.
like classy bowling, you know?
Yeah.
Like bowling, you eat nachos, and people are like, "Well, it's not a sport because you eat nachos."
The hard thing about
Golf,
bowling
you
is
can eat.
eating, and then
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
it's communal. I mean,
Yeah, but then
anywho.
like with golf,
I guess you could switch to
can
hands.
eat just the same as bowling, but people respect it. Like it's a real sport. I don't know why,
That
but
is true.
Okay, so tell us.
Super simple. I'll take, obviously water with me. I take a body armor for that, extra little vitamin boost in the middle of the day. And then I'll take like a Snicker bar, a can of soda or whatever I got, a bottle of soda. And then I'll typically have like a bag of peanuts that I'll buy, salted peanuts, and then sunflower seeds.
nice.
So
I knew sunflower seeds was going to be in there. I don't know how. I was
You
just like
felt
sunflower
it. You
seeds.
felt it coming.
What's yours?
So I'll generally forget to bring snacks.
Oh, cool.
I'll
cool,
be at
cool.
Ashwood, and then Sky will bring by.
I've been there multiple times.
Yeah, Sky will bring by something.
A Fiesta
from,
pack or
Yeah, something.
That
some
is
tacos,
awesome.
some McGriddles, perhaps.
Yeah, we've done
Um,
multiple different kinds.
Dutch
of
Bros has
Okay.
happened before, so we'll just be out there dying, and then it's like, oh, Sky's close by, and so she'll bring something. So
things. See, to me, with the amount, because I've probably done this 3 times.
Uh-huh.
At first, before when you were golf with your friends, and then now Joe will golf with you, and so I don't buy the forgetting anymore. It's become a habit.
It's just part of the process.
Right.
It's why I
But-
only golf at Ashwood, because there's a little stop there by
I
the
will
road where
say, as
she
the
can bring
person
it.
trying to drop off the snacks, it's very stressful.
I'm also driving against traffic in
Right.
a golf cart to
Yeah,
go get the
exactly.
snacks. So it's stressful both ways.
It's
Oh,
stressful
that's
all
awesome.
around,
Yeah,
but
trust it.
worth
That
it.
is so good.
Worth
Yeah,
it.
super fun.
Yeah.
We talked about this briefly. You have careers prior to HDC.
Uh-huh.
So tell us your craziest pre-HDC work story.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Like that's a lot right there.
It's a lot of history.
A lot of
there.
history right there. Yeah. No, but I remember working. So I worked with obviously Reggie and Mikey back at Renner Center. And don't worry, guys, I will not share those stories. But there are some pretty fun ones that I can remember. Oh man, one I would love to share this one, but I don't know if I would be. They're great, just fun stories. But I remember I don't even know how to describe them. When you deal with people and you're delivering furniture and you're going into homes and out of homes, there's just a lot of funny things that can happen. But there is one. I guess I could share. I could share this. Mikey was at the time he was our service department, so we would loan out furniture or merchandise, and he would come back, and he would they would return stuff that would get broken, and we would send it out to a repair center. And there was this guy named JC, and he was this Asian guy, and so he would always butcher Mikey's name. And so I think we always laughed because I felt like he did it on purpose. So he would call Mikey and he would say things like, he's like, this is, JC from service. And he would say in his accent. And then he would say, I want to talk to Miker. He would call him Miker. And so we would just die laughing. And Mikey would get on the phone and he'd be like, this is Mikey. And he's like, no, it's Mikey. He'd go, Miker. And he's like, no, Mikey, Miker. No, Mikey. Marker. He's like, and then he would ask Mikey his last name. He'd go Powers, and he'd go Powers, and he's like superpowers. And we would just it was just this ongoing banter between the two of them. I felt like they did it to each other. It was probably the funnest conversations you could be a part of, and they would always be on speakerphone. So Mikey
going
was
back and forth.
Yeah, Mikey was just yelling his name. I felt like it was one of those it was like one of those episodes of The Office where they're just like. This comedic gold. I loved it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, you're like, this is so simple.
They're
just going back and forth
arguing, and Mikey's like, just say my name right, man. Yeah. And it was one of the best. That was just a fun little one right there.
That whole job gives the three of you guys this unique ability to just huck furniture around. Like, yeah. I mean, it is. Yeah. How do they train you to be able to? You guys, I've seen you guys move people in and out of houses, and I'm like, what is going on?
And there's some competitiveness, like how fast can we do it?
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
Like, what's the quickest we could?
Yeah, Reggie, when Reggie's your boss manager, he's a different person.
Uh-huh.
Like right now, we're equals, co-equals, we work together. I love that. But back in those days, when he was our boss, he was definitely the guy that was like, we need to get this thing done.
Yeah,
like there was no option. So if you were out on a delivery, yeah, it was like, let's go. We got to get stuff done. And then working with guys like I said, Mikey, their training was. I remember I walked in one day, and Mikey was lifting like these boxes of washers and dryers. We used to have to stack them and put them like against the wall to kind of line them up and stuff. And then when the delivery drivers came, they would just drop them off all over the back room floor. And Mikey would come in, throw the radio on, and he would just literally bear hug these things and just lift up washers and dryers, just boom, and just start stacking them. So when you saw that, it was more of like, oh, so I have to do that too.
It's like that's we do things here.
That's apparently what we do. So yeah, it was really cool to learn from those guys because they were just they were a lot of fun. That season of working with those guys was probably some of my best memories. And now I get to hang with them not as much in that same context, but I get to remember these stories.
Yeah.
My question is, did you guys have a lot of like back, knee, shoulder, elbow problems?
So I would say back then, not as much. Like I couldn't do it now, but back then, no, not as often. Not as often. I think Mikey only hurt himself because he was skateboarding and he rolled his ankle pretty bad. He can tell you that story.
Yeah. But. So like if I went to apply to said job, they'd just look at me and be like, no.
Oh no, they definitely would not. They definitely would take you because the other part of that job was making a ton of phone calls. So if you could sit and answer the phone and dial a number, you were money.
So it's like you're hucking stuff around,
or sometimes you're doing both. Sometimes you were doing both.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's a sneaky skill. Not a lot of people would know.
It is. Yeah.
Maybe you want to keep it under the radar because otherwise they're continually still getting calls. Can you help me move?
Yes.
That's got to be one of the worst things to be asked.
Yeah. My favorite part is that like we love moving people, but we'll always get this. Like we tell people like we'll get your stuff from this place to this place, but a lot of people will say, well, can you put this cabinet in this room on this wall, angle it like this? And we're like, we're just not those guys. We're going to just come in, throw it on the truck, make sure it's nice and neat. We're going to get it off the truck. And then
you put it where you want to put it.
Everything's going to get from point A to point B,
but
and it's going to be fast.
You're going to
but you're going to be moving it around in there.
Yeah. I think your pops' piano was one of the heavier things, and he had just got the floor done. And I remember he said, "Hey guys, just do me a favor, don't scratch the floor." And I remember me and Reggie looked at each other, and that thing was a monster.
You're like, right? Like, yeah, no problem.
Like, for sure.
Yes, sir, Pastor Todd, we got you. That was definitely a nerve-wracking moment there, yeah, for sure.
Oh man, yeah. I just was like, I knew that there was something that I wasn't understanding the first time I saw you guys move somebody, because I just saw, I think there was like an armoire or something, and I just saw either you or Mikey just throw it on your back and just carry it in the
Probably
house
my
by
key. That
yourself.
was definitely
And I was
probably
what? Like
Yeah.
that's a 3-person lift, you know? Like, what is this? So I was blown away.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know, Carlos. Describe to us Carlos as a teenager.
Oh man, jeez, teenager. Yeah, I don't know. So I will say that my teenage years went from a progression of early on. I was heavy into like rock music. There's pictures out there of me that my wife probably has to hold against me with long spiky hair and this really long goatee.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was into
As a teenager?
As a teenager, yeah, I was into
Wow.
like rock music, stuff like that. And then as I got older, obviously hung out with a little bit different crowd. And then there's a completely different, maybe a few years later, a completely different picture of me with no hair at all and just really baggy clothes. So
Wow.
she's got the photo
She's
evidence.
got ranges.
Ranges. There was
Yeah.
a big range of transition there through that season. So, but as far as
How
myself,
early were you growing a big goatee, man?
I was 14 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, it was it. Yeah, I really early on had a mustache really on, and then just facial hair just kind of just it was not,
Coming in. Yeah.
It was not.
He's jealous.
I still can't grow it.
You still can't grow
I'm
it.
still trying.
I get you.
Just
I
have to
get
take some notes. I'll be learning from Carlos.
you. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. But I was a pretty introverted kid. I'm an introvert as by nature, so really small group of friends, quiet for the most part. Just kind of try to do my own thing. But yeah, it was pretty much it. Nothing unique about me.
Yeah. Just around.
Just around. I
Yeah.
was there.
I asked this question the day we're filming. Today is Sky, Jackson's wife's birthday.
Mhm.
So I asked this in honor of birthdays.
Yeah.
Describe to us the best birthday you've ever had.
Mm.
Again, oh man. Okay, so I'll tell you a child version one. The first time I got my Sega Genesis when I was a kid, that was probably one of my best. My mom didn't have a lot of money, and I remember walking by KB Toy Store in Fontana, and I remember asking for a Sega Genesis, and I knew she probably pulled every penny she possibly could to get me a Sega Genesis. And
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
It's an old gaming system.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
like Sonic the Hedgehog was on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
and So, I remember opening it up and thinking, how did you get this for me? So for me,
Oh,
that my
that's
childhood
so
memory,
sweet.
that is like the best.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite birthdays, and my wife hates this, she always asks me every year, what do you want to do for your birthday? And it's always the same thing. I want to be at home. I want to play like on my Xbox. I want a pizza and I want my ice cream. And that's it. And my kids can come see me, but that's it. And she's
That's
like,
a true introvert's answer.
Yeah.
it's just,
I love that.
it's easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not
where
even
do you-
golfing on your birthday, huh?
Well, I will golf maybe the day before or
Okay,
whatever,
okay.
but
On
around
your
that
birthday.
season. But on my birthday, no. If it's my day,
wanna be at home.
I just want to be at home with my wife, my kiddos. That's my
Let's get into the nitty gritty here. Where are you getting your pizza from?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, man. So I have now some people know, I have a celebratory pizza. So when I come back from mission trips, when we come back from camp, to celebrate ordination stuff, all that stuff.
I was going to
that
say
do.
ordination had to be on that list.
Yeah, all the things that anytime it's a celebratory moment, I go to OG's and they have this ricotta pizza. It's like a white cream cheese pizza, but then they put chunks of ricotta cheese on there, and it is my to
there
me.
any
Is that
meat
a
on
deep
it?
dish
No,
situation?
Salt, cheese.
No, it's just a hand tossed
Wow.
pizza. But I tell you right now, like if you like cheese and ricotta cheese, it is like for me that is my. And I only bring it out like celebratory moments. It's it's not an everyday.
Makes it more special.
It does. It makes it really
I
special.
love that. Okay, so what's the ice cream on your birthday?
So my favorite is from Stater Brothers. It's called Tin Roof Sundae
Okay.
because it has like the vanilla with the chocolate fudge swirl, and then it's got like chocolate covered peanuts in there, and that is just like it checks all the boxes for me. So
It's got it all.
I feel like you must like peanuts.
I
was
do.
gonna say
like
I was
Snickers?
picking up a peanut theme.
100% because I
Yeah.
grew up playing baseball. So when you're in the ballpark, you're eating seeds and
Yeah,
peanuts
yeah.
and all that stuff. So yeah, having that texture in my ice cream is always. And I'll add cereal to my ice cream as I'm eating.
What kind
it.
of cereal?
Uh,
That is such a good
yeah,
hack.
Cocoa Pebbles, Cookie Crisps, Honey Nut Cheerios, anything you can basically
Some
add
crunch.
to it.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Love cereal.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you like peanut butter or you just like peanuts more?
Yeah, I mean peanut butter is okay, not by itself. Like if it's
Okay.
like a peanut butter cup, I'm all in. But
So you're
if
not
it's-
one to like take a spoonful of peanut
No,
butter and eat it out of the
definitely
jar.
not that guy.
Yeah.
What's your go-to movie candy? Like you're going to the movies, you need
Yeah.
to get a candy to, we'll say, you get it at the theater, but we all know you got it before.
Right.
You brought it to
Yeah,
your
at
wife's
the movie
purse,
theater.
but you know.
I would say Milk Duds. Milk Duds are my go-to movie snack. So, and then sometimes my wife will get kettle. My wife loves kettle corn, so we've even done the kettle corn with Milk Duds
Yes.
poured in there,
Oh,
and then it's a fun little.
that's good.
Milk duds are like a jaw workout.
Yeah, but if they're in the hot popcorn, then they kind of get a little softer.
Milk Duds gave Aaliyah TMJ, perhaps.
True. All the jaw problems I have started with milk duds.
Yeah.
I will say, I was just thinking about movie candy because I was thinking, okay, he said Snickers during golf. I wonder if he's going to say Snickers for his movie snack. But who gets a candy bar at the movies? Because you just eat it so quick and then it's gone. You have to have something that's like in little
Yeah, you want a box with some
pieces.
pieces of stuff.
So then you can what's your movie candy?
I want like a Sour Patch Kid. I really like those Haribo gummy peaches.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
peach rings, but like, you know, the
It's
like
a
circle
full
peaches.
peach, yeah.
Oh, those are so good. So I like something like that. I love the sour gummies, you know?
Yeah.
Those are my go-to.
We are living the dink life right now, dual income, no kids. So we are the psycho people. We buy so much food at the movie theater. And I
Do
did
you?
not grow up this way. We never did
Nice.
this. Joe leaves
Getting a
halfway
hot
through
dog?
the movie regularly for a hot dog.
Yeah.
Like we'll get the snacks and he'll be like, still hungry. And he gets up and he leaves and he gets the hot dog.
Respect.
So we'll do the popcorn. He gets the soda. I'm a raisinette person in the popcorn. Raisinets in the popcorn. I know.
Ruins the popcorn.
I know. He doesn't like it. We were at the movies the other day, and Joe went and got a bag of Sour Patch Kids, but it was all blue raspberry.
Ooh,
They were
fun.
really, really good.
Fun.
Those were really good. I don't do popcorn at the movies, but I will do nachos.
Ooh,
That's a
good.
hot
That's really
take
good.
for you
That's
guys.
a
A
good
hot
one.
seat hot take.
love
The
that.
nachos, because popcorn gives me a stomach ache. I don't know why. I don't know if it's too much butter or what. I never feel good after
I don't
movie
like
popcorn.
3 weeks later getting a kernel out of my teeth. That's
That's like a
it's been
flossing issue
inflaming-
for
you, I would
No,
say.
it's been inflaming my gum. It's not in between my teeth. It's on the outside or inside
Yeah.
of my tooth, lodged in between my gum and my teeth.
Nachos never give you that problem.
Yeah, that's
Nachos
true.
would never do you dirty
Yeah,
in
you
that
can't
way.
do that. Carlos, you go to the movies a lot too for
We do.
you know superhero movies and stuff like that. What
Yeah.
would you say all time? What's your all-time movie?
Oh man, there's so many. But one of my favorites that I think that we've discussed before is Cinderella Man. That's one of my favorite. I love the stories of like, you know, the underdog, you know, the comeback story. I love that because I think it mirrors like as far as like faith journeys at times for a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
And so you're rooting for the underdog, you know, Rocky, that type of movie. But that movie for me, just, you know, when you watch it in its context, in the time period, you just see the struggle. And when you've been part of that struggle, you you almost empathize. You've lived that.
Yeah.
And so you're rooting for that person because at the end of the day, you're hoping that would be you. Like, man, that you could be a champion for that.
That's cool. I like that. Knowing that there's also a ton of really good movies coming out this summer,
Yes.
and this podcast is coming out this summer.
Cool.
What movie are you looking forward to most this summer?
Yeah, so Fantastic Four is dropping. So
I'm looking forward to that
yes,
one too.
that is. I'm a big Marvel guy. Me and my family gets with Reggie and his, and we now every Marvel movie we buy tickets together. We meet at the movie theater. We watch that's our like tradition. So I think So I'm looking forward to that one. Also, we're going to do for students. We're going to do a How to Train Your Dragon movie night in a couple months or in a while. So when that drops, we're looking forward to that. I've never really watched that movie, so it's going to be fun just to be able to sit there and watch other people that are fan of that movie.
Yeah. Are you
That's
going to watch the
classic.
cartoon before you watch the
I
live
am.
action? Okay, good.
I promise. Like,
I was like, you got to do that.
I have to
man.
because I don't
Yeah.
want to show up and just like I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna
That's
watch it.
a smart move.
Okay, last question for you, Carlos.
Sure.
This is usually one we ask at the beginning, but we forgot.
You good?
We're going to have you describe your job, but as using a Marvel movie. So don't say, this is my job here. How would you describe your job as a Marvel movie?
As a Marvel movie.
A movie that already exists
Okay, a Marvel movie that already exists.
that describes your job.
Yeah, I would say I would have to go with Guardians of the Galaxy.
I thought he was going to go there.
Did you?
I thought,
I was
that
stumped. I was like, I don't
thinking,
know what
would
he's gonna
Carlos
say.
I was thinking Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'd have to say Guardians of the Galaxy. For me, it is like nobody heard of Guardians of the Galaxy beforehand. It shows up. It's a big win. You know what I mean? And you know, it's a bunch of crazy characters that nobody really would depend on, and they do a pretty fun job of getting the job done in different ways. And I feel like if I had to explain my ministry, it would be like I didn't grow up in the church world, came from nowhere, and I get to do really fun stuff in a unique way. And I sometimes stumble my way to small little wins, and I'm super grateful to do what I get to do over at the Hesperia campus. So.
And just like youth ministry, some controlled chaos
It
going
is
on.
So true.
100% controlled chaos.
Yeah, I love it. That's so good. Thanks for being on, man.
Yeah, thanks
It's
for
been fun to
coming.
get to know you. I know our audience has loved that. Hey, hope that you're enjoying Hot Seat. We're going to continue dropping some more episodes as we're getting close to the end of this first season here, but we hope that you're enjoying it, enjoying getting to know different members of our staff, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.